Alright, next update. Played around with fitting the quarter a bit, back and forth, checking my measurements, matching the other side since the other side quarter, where the trunk section is at least, hasn't been removed. So I went ahead and double checked measurements there to this side, made sure everything would fit up fine. So I didn't need to move my wheel well around, or my mini tub, whatever. And it looked like it was pretty good. It looks like whatever little movement I need to do, I can do with the quarter itself. I don't need to mess with the wheel well. So I started welding. Went ahead and spot welded along the seam a couple places. That should be good, just those there. I don't guess I need to add any more. I might add another one in between there just for the hell of it. But there's a bunch up in here. Those were a bitch to get to. They're pretty nasty looking. I couldn't really clean up underneath that well, and I couldn't really get the whip in there too well to weld. These outside ones, this outer piece wanted to burn through a good bit, even though I had the spoon on it. Same thing on these. I just popped 4 little welds there, and 6 or whatever. And then this was just kind of a bead across that I ground because it was pretty mangled. And I went down this with a lot of welds because there were a lot there before. Popped a little spot there. There's another spot behind there and down low. Then I welded this back in. Underneath, I welded all around on that. Made sure it wasn't gonna break loose. Got good penetration on it. Let's see, yeah. And then up top, I don't know if you can see those or not, but. And then these, I popped 1, 2, 3, 4 on them. So, I guess I should have asked this sooner since I'll probably be priming this today. But I was going to ask what people thought about these E-coatings that parts come in. If you could just kind of scuff over those and then prime them. Just enough, scuff enough so the primer would adhere to it, or if I needed to actually remove it down to bare metal and then epoxy them. But I'm probably just going to go ahead and remove as much of the paint as I can from this with the paint remover, wire wheel, whatever. And go ahead and epoxy all this. Get in here the best I can, all of this area, this, and then down here I'm going to go ahead and coat for now. I think in the last video I told you I filled this in with just spooning it. And I'll have to come back and make this section right here, but I'll just grind away some epoxy whenever I get to that point. But I'm going to go ahead and get all this primed up so it's at least protected. And I'll probably go ahead and scuff this piece as well, do it. It actually fit up pretty good in the back. That's actually primer. That's gray. You see it's not through. But right there, I got to fill in this little gap, and then it's a big gap right here. I had to cut a piece and fill that in, but overall it came out pretty nice. See how the front looks. Once I get the rear floor in, I'll have the little gappage there, and I'm sure I'll have a little gap here to put in. But overall, it fit pretty good. Pretty nasty blob weld there because it didn't want to hug tight, so I just blobbed it up. Made sure it got a good grip on it. So, anyways, I'm going in to eat. I haven't got lunch yet, and it's well, actually, no, I guess I did get lunch, but it's 6 o'clock. I'm ready for a break. Been out here for probably about 4 hours. Come back out after I eat and take the paint off, grind away. 9 degrees and 57% humidity. It's not too bad, I guess. That's pretty low for here, I guess. But come back out, I'll mix some epoxy, and while it's sitting up prepping, I'll remove paint and then spray. Alright, part 2. So finished wire wheeling and stripping most of the stuff. A bunch of it I just scuffed through. Went ahead and epoxied it with some SPI great, and came out alright. Of course, I couldn't get in these little nooks and crannies like up inside of there too well. In fact, I kind of some areas where I super ran extra epoxy where I didn't quite get it in the hole. No pun intended. But it coated pretty well. I did go ahead and scuff off most of the junk that was in there. And of course, you can still see some of that texture where I didn't get it all off, but mainly I just wanted it to make sure the epoxy stuck to it. Came out looking alright. This area for some reason got some, I don't even know if you can make it out, but I don't know if you can see those little dots. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what caused that. I don't know if I just didn't wipe it down enough with degreaser. This fan I got going behind me wasn't on, or what, it was on, but it wasn't facing this, so it wasn't anything to do with that. But I guess that's that fisheye that fireman was talking about, maybe. None of the other panels did it though, or none of this area did it. And then my trunk deck and this top, back when I epoxied it, didn't do it. But this was the only spot right here on the little bottom section there, and right here. I don't know if I was too close when I sprayed it, or I put too much on it caused it to do that, or what. But I actually started down there and did like a first quick coat over everything, and then I went behind it after it set for just a second, did a heavy coat. So I don't know what, it wasn't like it was maybe thinner left in the gun caused it, but because this wasn't where I started, so I don't know. But overall I'm satisfied with it. Kind of wondering where to start next. Oh, by the way, this underneath here, bitch, pain in the ass. Is there any way somebody that's a painter tell me how the heck you're supposed to paint overhead? That is ridiculously hard. I had to spray it straight up and down to get paint in the gun, and then just do quick swipes over the top before it ran dry. So I guess you'd have to use like a pressure gun or something like that, or siphon feed, wherever you can. I guess you can't use a gravity feed gun for that. I really don't know, but I coated it best as I could up underneath. There's a couple of light areas, but overall it's alright. But anyways, I'm kind of iffy on where to start next. I really don't want to put out the money to go ahead and order the quarter panel and stuff for this side. I can go ahead and get this chopped out, get the wheel well and everything mounted up, mocked up, I guess. But trying to pay off some debt and save some money right now, so I really don't want to order another $1,000 order worth of quarter door and front fender, because the fender I'm probably not going to need for a while anyways, and I'm not going to weld this side quarter on until I get that side quarter mocked up as well and get my trunk fit right. I laid the trunk lid up here earlier just to see what it looked like, and I have to do a lot of playing with both sides to get it to line up right. And I'm probably gonna have to order another trunk lid. I was contemplating ordering a fiberglass one anyways. I got this quarter set on top. See if you'll be able to see it. But a while back I'd said the trunk was the only thing good. I lied. Got rust developing. I don't know if I want to just fix that rust and throw this on for a while and use it since I got it, or just order a fiberglass trunk. I think they run about $100 maybe. It might be $200. I hadn't priced them in a while, but I'd love to just fiberglass it and never have to worry with it again. I plan on going with a fiberglass hood as well anyway, so. But like I said, if anybody knows about that E-coating, let me know if that's safe just to leave on as it is and just prime over my welds. The outside areas, like I said, I just scuffed mainly. I took down the bare metal in a bunch of areas, but I didn't bare metal the whole damn thing. I didn't feel like doing all that much work. I figured that E-coating's good, or a fairly good coating. It didn't want to come off very easily, and I figured all I need to do is scuff it to be able to epoxy out on top of that anyways. So if anyone knows about that, let me know. It'll save me some time on the other side, or I guess it'll make me choose whether or not I want to go ahead and strip it before I even mount it up and go ahead and epoxy the whole damn thing first. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going in tired and it's quite fumey out here. Have a good one.